Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Sacrifices part 1 was yesterday. This is going to be part 2. Sacrifices are going to happen in life. I talked a lot yesterday about relationship sacrifices and kind of beat around the bush on a couple things that I really want to zero in on today as far as sacrificing. There's going to be things that we don't want to do. There's going to be things that we're afraid to do. You have to be able to make that sacrifice in your life to do the things that are going to make you happy. Regardless of where you end up on your career, as long as you're giving 110%, you're putting forth all the effort, you're doing what you need to do. Sometimes we have to sacrifice time to make more money. Sometimes we have to sacrifice money to make more time. You have to find out what is most important to you. Is it the time or is it the money? Sometimes you don't have to make any sacrifices on your time or your money because you can spend however much time or however little time and still make good money. That's the goal, I think, for every entrepreneur out there and every person out there in this world is they want to be able to work less, make more. That's a given. One of the main things that I hear people complain about is the fact that we work from sun up to sundown. We do every day, 6 days, 7 days a week. And we have to come in on our days off. And right now, I work for someone else while I'm also building my other empires because I have to have some sort of income. This is my sacrifice. My sacrifice is giving up my time, my free time, my ability to spend time with my friends, my family, my loved ones, to be able to launch the products and the services that I want to launch. That being said, I have sacrificed a lot to be able to get my one source of income to create many other sources of income. You've heard me talk about it before, about what Warren Buffett said. If you've only got one source of income, you've already lost. If you're only relying on yourself to make your money, you've lost. You make your money make money for you. That is essentially what I'm trying to build up, and I know there's a lot of you out there that are trying to do the same thing, and you have to really sit in and knuckle in and hold on and realize that there's going to be long days. There's going to be long nights. There's going to be some days you work 20 hours. There's going to be some days you work 10. There's going to be some days where you get 2 hours of sleep. There's going to be some nights you get 5 hours of sleep. There's going to be some nights you get 10 hours of sleep. It's just how this world works. Something that I heard the other day is, I don't understand why people are setting their alarm clock. I'm up before my alarm. You're up before your alarm, in my opinion. One, you got too much time on your hands to get some good sleep. I work up until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the mornings most of the time right now. Yeah, I've been taking a little bit of a break from some of the work that I've been doing because mentally, again, like I've said before, you got to also have your mental health to be as good as your physical health. And that way everything else falls into line. When you start putting in that time and that effort, yes, you're going to be tired. I'm the 5, 6 alarm clocks in the morning person because, yeah, I can be up before my alarm if I go to bed at a decent hour. People are wired differently. I get it. I know some people who have to have 15 hours of sleep, but those people also still work a 9 to 5, making remedial wages. I also know some people who live on 3 to 4 hours of sleep, who work a sun up to sun down, who's trying to build businesses and empires because that's what we do. We find what's important to us, we make those sacrifices around us, and we build. Entrepreneurs count for about 40% of job growth, I think was the last statistic I read. So you've really got to figure out, do you want to be part of the growth or do you want to be part of the issue? And the part of the issue is that person that sits there with that reactive mindset and complains about everything. Now, another sacrifice to make, changing your mindset. Change that mindset, sacrifice all that negativity to replace it with positivity and watch your world grow. Watch the world change. There's so much more that you can do when you get rid of that negativity. There's this thing going around that at first I thought it was funny too, but then I kicked back and I actually thought about it and I was like, that's pretty screwed up. This thing called RBF, resting bitch face. People make fun. They go, oh, you have a really bad RBF. Well, the problem with that is if you're in sales and you have RBF, you need to fix that. If you're in any type of one-on-one with the public and you have that syndrome, you need to fix it. And I use the term syndrome very loosely. No, it is not a medical condition. That is a mind condition that you can fix. If your first reaction when you see someone is not to smile, you need to figure out what the heck is going on. I see people all the time. My first reaction is a smile. Because the thing is my one smile to them, it becomes contagious. My smile to them could create their smile for that day because they could have been having a bad day, but you know what? He smiles at me. That's awesome. And then they got a smile on their face, and then they smile at somebody else, and guess what? Now that person's smiling, and it's the yawn effect. It continues moving forward. It shows real empathy. Tag back into your empathy. Sacrifice your pride, sacrifice your ego, set them by the wayside, and start to learn to become more empathetic with the people around you. Also learn to start listening to some of the people around you. There's a lot of stuff in this world that can be changed with one simple sacrifice. I see relationships fail and partnerships fail because one of the other people is not willing to make a sacrifice. That sacrifice can be financially, it can be time, it can be whatever you want. But I've watched too much of it happen. Yes, keep some of that selfishness because you've got to protect yourself. But when you're a business partner with somebody else, you have to have more of that selfless mentality, that ability to give. Because your business partner may need some extra funds and I can't do that. It's not my responsibility. You're a partner. Yes, it is. Or you're trying to build your entrepreneurship yourself and you decide to hire somebody, but you want them to work for $200 a month. You need to sacrifice some of that money coming out of your pocket and pay them. Because that's the only way you're going to keep them around. Sacrifice some time that you want for me time and go out there and talk to a stranger and smile at someone new and learn something about somebody else. One of my best friends is not even from this country. How many people do you know that their English is not their first language? Think about that. If you're an entrepreneur and you can count on one hand how many people that you associate with on a regular basis whose primary language and their first language was not something else, you need to get out there and go learn people and meet new people. Speaking of people that I know, hey, pass some people I know now. Sorry, rubberneck. But I've got friends in all walks of life because different people make this world go round. I've also learned something else over the past 10 years, and that's biting my tongue. It's sacrificing the ability and the want to say what I want to people. Because trust me, and I get it, we all have that, where we have that moment where we want to voice our opinion and say something, and we just go, no. Bite that tongue. Again, sacrifice your pride, sacrifice your ego, set them aside, and listen. Do what's asked of you. Create better time management. Square yourself away. Get yourself set up properly. You guys are worth so much more than you give your credit for. Than you give yourself credit for. Sorry, it's been a long day. You guys know I do these unedited. I know I'm going to be working on a piece for Sunday. I'm probably just going to do a Sunday special like I normally do. Like I said, I've got some stuff in the works. I'm trying to get some new programs together and stuff. And see, that's a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing money here and there, my ability to go hang out and ability to go do this and go do that for the funds and finances to build this, because this is what I want. This is where I want to be in life. These are the things that I want to do. I want to be able to, at some point, one-on-one with you guys and become, more of a life coach for everybody. I've been mentoring kids for so long. At least one specific group of young men. I can't even say kids anymore. These guys are young men. They're doing amazing things with their life. They're an awesome group of young men, and I would love to do that more on a professional basis. And that's where I'm building for. I'm building for that ability to sit down with all walks of life and help them maneuver into a better position mentally and physically, because again, you've got to be able to take care of this and this. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. Special shout out to a couple of the people that have really pushed it forward and made a difference. Christina is one of them that I've been talking to. I'm going to be texting her tonight and checking on where she's at. She has made a huge change in her life, and I'm going to put that in my list of successes for right now. And I'm going to hope that it stays over there, because she's really making strides to change and follow some of the steps that I'm giving her to become better. And I've seen a change in the posts that she's making on Facebook and the stuff that she's doing in her life. And it's amazing. It really is. You know, they say the best way to learn is to teach. And by teaching these young men and women, and even people my age and a couple of people older, I've learned so much from everybody. So again, I want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much, because you guys are awesome. You really are. The support I'm getting from you guys, everything that I'm receiving from you guys is amazing. I'm going to cut this one here. You guys are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for, and you can do amazing things. Keep moving forward, keep pressing forward, and watch the change happen. Become that change you want to see in the world, guys and girls. I'm going to let you go here. Again, like, share, subscribe, send this out to everybody, and I will see you guys again.